Well, I, like Mathieu, was feeling lonely and strange. Perhaps I feel strange as well, but not so much, because I work in an Ecomuseum. So I don't know if I'm the only one here, but I don't feel so strange and so alone, because all the issues, themes and subjects we were discussing about all belongs to the work I do every day. So that's the first more boring slide. It's just to give some ideas where I'm working on the big city of Milan, so north of Italy. And well, the first one, it's the definition, the description of Ecomuseum, the dessert definition that, of course, I won't give at the beginning of the lunch we were discussing before, but so which are the links between our Ecomuseum and ICH? First one, well, I feel this link very in a very strong and very diverse way, if I can say. Our Ecomuseum would like to be, of course, a key institution, would like to have a key role for the community, paying special attention to the spreading of knowledge in and amongst the communities in the city, because of course Milan, like every place and every big city, is very complex, has very different spheres of inhabitants, and knowledges about the city are very multiple, diverse, interesting, of course. So our aim is always to try to make that knowledge be more spread all around the city, if I can say. Just to give some more concrete ideas of the themes we are stressing more in our work. Of course, we are working in a big city, so the urban transformation of urban landscape. And we try to valorize all the hidden histories that really are we can find in every corner of the city, and focusing more and more on some issues like the past industries of the city and what happened to those urban landscape that are not anymore industrial areas. So those transformations, and also all the very hidden memories of World War II that was an historical period, very important in the city of Milan. Then I was asked to bring and to reflect on what could be, I hope, an inspiring example. From the very beginning of our work, it was quite, we chose and we chose not, like often it happens, to work on maps. That was in part because we collaborated with the Politecnico Architecture faculty of Milan, and because we started, like a lot of Ecomuseum do, with a parish map, a community map of the very first neighborhood we started to work. And that was the beginning of a great love, if I can say, because we really, yes, in the moment we had with Jasper before lunch, we were talking about practices, which could be the practices to enhance, to tell, to valorize, or on the other hand, how would I tell about ICH during dinner with my neighborhood? So perhaps I could tell about maps that we draw. So we draw on so this very first parish map on the neighborhood of Niguarda, Then we worked on another map on a river that where in Milan it is now hidden, so material and immaterial landscape and related memories. We worked on another map on the air raid shelters that were used during the World War II in Milan. So all these instruments we really like them because they are, first of all, they're something concrete that people can have in their hands and that can bring home, or then that they can use to walk around, to know the city, so to acquire that knowledge I was speaking previously. And from our point of view, this work on place through this representation is really important because it's like a kind of place-making, valorizing not only the histories or the materials like pictures, photos and storytelling that come out from these processes we do with the citizens, with the schools or public institutions. But it's important because we arrive, I can say, to really stress, bring on the light the identity elements, some of the identity elements of the city, or some areas of the city, or of some period of that history. Okay. So the biggest challenge. Every time I speak with people in university or with other people, which is the characteristic, and in this case I would say the challenge of Ecomuseum is the diversity, not only in a theoretical sense, but to work in a city, in an area of 400,000 people means to try to be able to speak to a lot of people, to a lot of ages, to a lot of huge amount of different public audiences. So I would say that this diversity brings, and also as I was saying in the yesterday Cincinnati group, is for that I was speaking about the freedom that we really need to use in the approach towards ICH. We try to use ICH as a tool, a creative tool, to experiment in the city, in our case. And so, to conclude, the win-wins, as I was saying, I think that two cases of win-win, as I told, all this domain of constructing maps is really interesting also in knowing for us, knowing the places we are working upon in constructing networks, and again to give back all the histories and ICH we are kind of collecting, because always we collect, but we don't have to forget that we have to, it's kind of give, like in anthropology, but we have to give back to people that are in this relation. And second win-win is this more tangible and intangible project we are following, is the revalorization of air raid shelter of the former steel industry Breda. Now those shelters are under one of the biggest parks in Milan, and we always start and we organize guided tours, we organized a permanent exhibition with pictures and storytellings, and every guided tour we do we start saying, why do we speak about World War II in a park? Because we have to go underneath. So this is ICH, to go underneath the trees and discover what is below. So, thank you.